Picture this. It's late, past midnight, and you're driving down a road you have never seen before. No signs, no mile markers, just a long, straight strip of cracked asphalt cutting through nowhere. That's where we find Daniel. He was 28, a delivery driver who had taken a last-minute gig to drop off some packages 2 towns over. His Jeep is scrapped out an hour back, and now he is on this road, empty, endless, flanked by squared trees carving at the moonless sky. The radio's static, his phone's dead, and the only sound is the hum of his old pickup truck. Daniel wasn't scared yet, annoyed. Sure, lost in the middle of nowhere with a deadline, but not scared. He figured he would hit a town soon, see a gas station or something. But the road didn't bend, didn't twist, just kept going. He had been driving for what felt like hours, though his watch said only 20 minutes had passed. Weird, right? He shook it off, told himself he was tired. Then he noticed it. The trees weren't moving, not like swaying in the wind. They were still. Sure, but they weren't passing. Same gnarled branches, same shadows, looping over and over like a glitch in a video game. He slowed down, heart picking up. Okay, he muttered. This is messed up. He stopped the truck, killed the engine, and stepped out. Cold air hit him, sharp and heavy, like the world was holding its breath. He looked back. Same trees. Looked forward. Same trees. No tire marks, no footprints, just him and the road. Then he heard it. A low hum, not from the truck, not from the wind, but from upper the asphalt. Like something alive, vibrating through his boots. He jumped back in, locked the doors, and floored it. He wasn't waiting to find out what that was. 10 minutes later, he's still driving, sweat beading on his forehead. The hum's gone, but now there's something else. A shape up ahead, faint, flickering in his headlight. A person? He slowed down, squinting. It was a woman, standing dead center in the road, facing away. Long hair, pale dress, barefoot. No car, no bike, just there. Daniel's a decent guy, right? He rolled down his window, called out, "Hey, you okay? Need a ride?" She didn't move. He didn't turn. He honked. Nothing. Against every instinct screaming at him, he got out and took a step closer. She turned then, slow, like her neck was on a hinge. Her face, God, her face, it wasn't right. Eyes too big, mouth too wide, stretched into this screen that didn't fit. Daniel froze. She didn't speak, just stared, and then she stepped, not toward him, but up like climbing invisible stairs into the air. 1 step, 2, 3, until she was hovering maybe 10 feet off the ground. Still grinding, still watching. Daniel bolted back to the truck, slammed it into gear, and peeled out. In the rear view, she was gone, but the road wasn't empty anymore. They were everywhere now, shapes in the trees, on the road, flickering in and out like bad reception. Some walked, some floated, all with those same stretched faces, those same unblinked eyes. Dozens of them, hundreds maybe, manning the road watching him drive. Daniel's screaming now, foot to the floor, truck shaking like it's gonna fall apart. The speedometer's pegged at 80, 90, but the scenery doesn't change. Same trees, same road, same things. And then the worst part, he realized they weren't just watching, they were waiting. His truck sputtered. Gas was fine, engine was fine, but it just died. Rolled to a stop. Silence crashed in, thick and suffocating. The shapes closed in, slow, deliberate, their grins splitting wider. Daniel locked the doors, fumbled for his dead foe, praying for a miracle. That's when he saw it, scratched into the dashboard. Words he swore weren't there before. "You saw us. Now you stay." His breath hitched. He hadn't scratched that. He hadn't stopped looking at them. And then the truck shook. Once, twice, like something huge was climbing on top. The roof caved in, just an inch, then another. Claws, long, black, jagged, scraped through the metal. Daniel screamed, kicking at the door, but it wouldn't budge. The windows cracked, those faces pressing in, eyes filling the glass. The last thing he saw before it all went black was the road stretching out ahead, empty again, like he would never been there. His truck was found a week later, abandoned on a dead-end dirt path 50 miles from his road. No Daniel, no scratches, just a note on the seat. Don't look. So yeah, that's the story of Daniel and the road that watches. Next time you're driving late, lost on some nowhere road, maybe keep your eyes ahead. Don't stop. Don't look too close. Because some things, they look bad. If you like this, smash that like button, drop a comment. Ever had a creepy road experience? Let me know. Subscribe for more, and I will see you next time, if the road lets you alone. I'm thinking of ending things. Not that I would. Not really. But the thought is there. Persistent, like a melody you can't unhear. It started on a long, empty road. The kind where the silence is louder than any conversation. Snow drifted across the pavement, and beside me, Jake was driving. My boyfriend. At least I think he was. He glanced at me. You okay? I nodded, but I didn't look at him. Something about him felt strange, familiar and unfamiliar at the same time. The radio crackled, static at first, then a whisper. I stiffened. Did Jake hear it? He didn't react, just kept driving, hands steady on the wheel. Outside, the darkness stretched forever. Jake's parents lived in a farmhouse, the kind that felt frozen in time. We sat at the dinner table, and his mother stared at me, her smile too wide, her eyes too knowing. You have such a lovely face. I swear I have seen it before, she said. My hands curled into my lap. My gaze drifted to the fireplace mantel. A framed photograph sat there, a little girl. I leaned in, my stomach twisting. It was me, as a child, in the house, but that didn't make sense. I blinked, the photo flickered, like a glitch. My breath caught in my throat. Then Jake's voice. We should leave soon. The car ride back was worse. The snow fell harder. The road stretched longer, like time itself was unraveling. My phone vibrated in my lap. Don't go to school. My fingers tightened around the phone. My pulse pounded. I turned to Jake. He was already looking at me, his face unreadable. We need to stop, just for a minute, he said. And suddenly we were there. We need to stop, just for a minute, he said. And suddenly we were there. The school loomed before us, empty and silent. I don't remember agreeing to stop. The school loomed before us, empty and silent. I don't remember agreeing to stop. I don't remember how we got here at all. Inside, my footsteps echoed through the dimly lit halls. The air smelled of dust and something older, something rotten. And then I saw him, a janitor, standing at the end of the corridor, his eyes fixed on me. You should go home now, he said. My throat tightened. I don't know where that is. Behind me, I heard Jake whispering, words I couldn't understand. The walls pulsed, the lockers rattled, the floor tilted under my feet. The school twisted around me. Every turn brought me back to the same place. My phone buzzed again, another text. I clenched the phone. My hands trembled. I looked up, and my reflection stared at me from the glass of a classroom window. But it wasn't my reflection, it was the janitor's. My reflection in the window. Older, different. Not mine. Jake standing outside in the snow, frozen, mouth moving but no sound. The farmhouse photo. My face but aged, blurred at the edges. A hallway lined with lockers, doors slamming open and shut on their own. A chalkboard covered in the words, "I'm thinking of ending things." I stumbled into the gym, a single spotlight, and under it, Jake. His lips moved, his voice a whisper in my head. "I'm thinking of ending things." The words burrowed into my skull, because I didn't just hear them, I knew them. I had said them before. I had thought them before. The hum in my head grew unbearable. The light flickered. Then, I was outside again, snow covering my shoes. Jake was gone. The school was gone. I turned around, and there it was. The farmhouse. The front door slightly open, inviting me in. I walked forward, my hands numb. Inside, the clock ticked erratically faster and slower. I saw the photograph again. But this time, the little girl wasn't alone. Beside her was the janitor, smiling. A hand pressed against my shoulder. A hallway. Silent, empty. I am gone. Only the janitor remains, mopping the cold floor, like he's been there forever. Highway 666. They renamed it years ago, but truckers still call it the Devil's Road. And tonight, I will tell you why. This story comes from a long-haul driver named Jake, who swears he met something inhuman out there in the desert. Trust me, you will never look at a semi-truck the same way again. October 12th, 1992. Jake Braxton was hauling a load of lumber from Flagstaff to Gallup. It was his 20th year on the job. Nothing spooked him anymore, not even the stories about Highway 666. But that night, the road felt different, like it was watching him. Around 2 a.m., Jake's headlights started flickering. Then his radio picked up a transmission. Just 3 words repeated in a static-filled whisper. Jake shrugged it off. Probably just some asshole prankster. But then he saw the headlights behind him. At first, Jake thought it was another trucker, but something was wrong. The headlights were too bright, too blue, and they were gaining fast. Jake floored it, 70, 80, 90 miles per hour, but the truck kept closing in. That's when he saw it, through his side mirror, a rusted-out Peterbilt with no license plates, and the driver. The driver's seat was empty. The phantom truck rammed Jake's trailer, forcing him towards the guardrail. He yanked the wheel, tires screaming, and somehow kept control. But when he looked back, the road was empty, just his own headlights cutting through the dark. Then, it was in front of him now, headlights flaring like eyes. Jake veered off the highway, crashing into a ditch. When he woke up at dawn, the phantom truck was gone, but carved into his trailer door were 2 words. Jake quit trucking the next day. But here's the creepiest part. When police searched the ravine near where he crashed, they found the wreck of a Peterbilt. The driver's skeleton was still behind the wheel. Coroner said he had been dead since 1978. So next time you're driving at night and you see headlights behind you, check your mirror and pray it's not him. Because Highway 666 is always open. Want more True Trapper horror? Smash that like button and comment your own creepy road story below. Maybe I will narrate it next.